P.J. O'Rourke, Peace Kills America's Fun New Imperialism. That's the new book?
That's the new book.
And now, do people call you up when you put these books out and say, what gives you the right?
Actually, nobody has ever said that. You know, with so many Americans spouting off about so many different things, I guess I'm low on the list.
Give us a rating 1 to 10 on Bush's administration so far.
Domestically, about 1. Internationally, I'd rate it pretty high, but I only in comparison to what the alternatives would have been, if we had Gore in, or if we got Kerry.
If 9/11 happened with Al Gore in, I think it would have been over for us.
I think so too. I think what you would have had was a response kind of similar to Bush's, but hedged around and indecisive and worried and. Hey, sometimes there's just no use thinking, and you got to go in there. I mean, I wonder about Kerry. I mean, what's he proposed to do? Give Saddam Hussein a mulligan? Let him take his tee shot over?
We want to sit down and talk with these people. What I think is funny, what do you say, P.J. O'Rourke, to people who say, what about the Geneva Convention? It doesn't count when they're grabbing civilians.
I think the Geneva Convention works really great in Geneva.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Abu Ghraib stuff that is ugly. I mean, there's absolutely no. It's probably worse than what the Deeks went through in Hell Week down at Miami of Ohio, or maybe almost as bad. But we're not talking about good people here. You know? I mean, that doesn't give us an excuse to act badly towards them. But we're not. It's sort of like that moment in True Lies where Jamie Lee Curtis says to Arnold Schwarzenegger, "Have you actually killed anybody?" And he says, "Yeah, but they were bad people."
That seems to be what a lot of people are missing, especially on the left. What do you think of Air America, the left radio?
Well, they got a lot to learn about radio, don't they?
Yeah, they kind of had to get their chickens in a row, I think, before they went on the air.
It's not as easy as it sounds, is it?
No, it's not. Sometimes you are misrepresented as a right-wing conservative wacko, you know how they have to label you. But I think if there's one common thread with P.J. O'Rourke books, it's common sense. It's what anybody that has awakening would see.
Well, you come back to that. What gives me the right? Of course, what I think gives me the right to write what I do is that I always take the worm's eye point of view. I don't go out there and interview world leaders. My opinion about world leaders has always been if they're smart enough to become world leaders, are they stupid enough to tell the truth to reporters?
Right.
I go out there with the troops on the ground, with the enlisted men of the world and women, and take the worm's eye view. I'm not claiming in anything that I write that I've found some great high truths or grand strategies. I just want to tell people what it looks like down at ground level, which is often not pretty.
The new book is Peace Kills America's Fun New Imperialism. P.J., tell me, why has Bush and his administration not directly answered the constant barrage of people saying, well, there's no proof that Saddam Hussein had anything to do with Al-Qaeda? Why don't they just directly answer this?
Well, I think because it doesn't ultimately really matter. And I wish Bush had been franker with the American people. He ain't the great explainer. There's no doubt about that. I wanted him to go in to the Iraq. I covered the first war over there, the Gulf War. I saw what the Iraqis did to Kuwait. I was never under any doubt that this regime had to be taken off. And I think that that Bush should have simply said about Iraq, look, here's a guy who's been killing everybody he could get his hands on for 25 years. He attacked Israel twice in 67 and 73. He invaded Iran. He invaded Kuwait. He butchered the Shiites. He gassed the Kurds. He's been killing everybody he could get his hands on, and we're giving him a Lifetime Achievement Award here. We got a chaotic situation in the Middle East. We got people who really hate us over there. We got a lot of oil that we need over there, and we got to take this big bad chess piece off the board. I mean, weapons of mass destruction, connections with Al-Qaeda, yeah, fine, whatever. That was the least of it.
And the bottom line was he's an evil man. Peace kills P.J. O'Rourke. One last thing, your prediction a year from now in Iraq, what do you think is going to be the situation?
Well, I was over there right at the end of the war, and we stopped to get some with some soldiers to buy some beer on the street, which we weren't supposed to do. And the guy, not only did the guy cheat me on the price, I mean, I did the math at the end of this complicated negotiated bargaining session and realized he had bargained me from $24 that he'd been asking for a case of beer up to $35.50, and it turned out to be non-alcoholic beer. So I think you're looking at some people who can be able to do pretty well in the world of modern capitalism once things settle down.
And that's just proof they're evil, selling you that non-alcoholic.
But not dumb.
Right. P.J. O'Rourke, the book is Peace Kills. Brilliant stuff. Continued success. Real honor talking to you.
Thank you.